Blake Shelton gets new gig, admits he doesn't know *T about it. Blake Shelton has tried his hand at many things over his career. He is an award-winning country singer. He was the longest-lasting coach on The Voice, where he won more seasons than anyone else. He even started a game show in his bar with bar games that was a success. However, his latest gig is one he is not qualified for. Here is what Blake is doing and why he said he is the worst choice for it. Blake Shelton, coming to college football game day. Blake Shelton lives in Oklahoma, so he has a great chance to participate in college game day. The team is coming to Norman, Oklahoma, for the Big Set game between the undefeated Oklahoma Sooners and Tennessee Volunteers. Shelton will be part of the team predicting the day's winners. Blake admitted that he knows little about college football. He also said he is unusual for an Oklahoman because he cheers for the Oklahoma Sooners, Oklahoma State Cowboys, and even the Tulsa Hurricanes. It is unusual to find a Sooners fan who likes the Cowboys and vice versa in Oklahoma. However, while he is a fan of all the state's college football teams, Blake said he knows little about other college football programs. Of course, everybody said, "You gotta do it," Shelton said on the Pat McAfee show on Thursday. "I said, yeah, but I don't know about all these teams he's gonna ask me about." Shelton's fans have to hope he will choose the Sooners to win the big game on Saturday night, even if it isn't likely. Oklahoma State plays Utah in another battle of the unbeaten. Other than that, Shelton sounds like he is just there for his name value. Who else has been on college football game day? A big moment on college game day earlier this season got a lot of notice. WWE superstar Sheamus, who is from Ireland, predicted games and chose Georgia Tech to beat Florida State, the only person there to choose the team. Florida State was undefeated last season, but Georgia Tech won this game. When Georgia Tech won, the team capitalized on its popularity. The team invited Sheamus to be with them on the sidelines in their next game. South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball coach Dawn Staley was the guest picker last week. Olympian Michael Phelps was the guest picker the week before, and former college football star Johnny Manziel the week before that. What do you think about Blake Shelton attending college football game day and calling games? Do you find it funny that Blake has no idea what he is talking about? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Blake Shelton, the country music star and former coach on The Voice, has never been one to shy away from a challenge or, for that matter, from making a joke at his own expense. So when news broke that Shelton had accepted an unexpected new gig, the buzz wasn't just about the job itself, but his refreshingly candid admission, "I don't know *T about it." Shelton, known for his easygoing charm, quick wit, and down-home persona, has built a reputation as a beloved entertainer both on and off stage. From his music career to his long-running tenure as a coach on The Voice, where he was known for his playful banter with fellow coaches like Adam Levine and his sincere connection with contestants, Shelton has long been a fixture in the public eye. But this latest venture marks a new chapter for the Oklahoma native, one that seems, even to him, to be a bit out of left field. The new gig, out of the country comfort zone. So what is this mysterious new role that has Shelton feeling so out of his depth? It turns out that Shelton has signed on to become an executive producer and co-host of a new television series, a competitive wildlife survival show. Tentatively titled Into the Wild, the show will pit contestants against the elements as they navigate challenges in some of the most extreme natural environments on Earth. While Shelton's rugged country persona might suggest he'd be right at home in such a setting, the singer was quick to clarify that his expertise doesn't exactly lie in wilderness survival. "Look, I've spent a lot of time outdoors," he joked in a recent interview, "but most of that time was on my front porch with a cold drink in hand, not wrestling alligators or whatever they've got planned on this show." He went on to explain that while the concept intrigued him, particularly the human drama of watching ordinary people push themselves beyond their limits, he has little experience in the survivalist world. "I know how to start a fire," Shelton said with a laugh, "but that's about the extent of it. You're not going to see me building a shelter out of tree branches anytime soon." Shelton's signature humor and honesty, Shelton's humility and self-deprecating humor have always been a part of his appeal. Fans of The Voice were often treated to his hilarious one-liners, frequently at his own expense, and his new admission about being in over his head feels very on brand. It's refreshing, in an era where many celebrities might shy away from showing vulnerability, to see someone of Shelton's stature admitting that he's not the expert in every situation. In fact, it's this honesty that may well endear him even more to the audience of Into the Wild. Viewers are likely to appreciate that Shelton isn't pretending to be a grizzled survivalist. Instead, he's taking on the role with a sense of curiosity, ready to learn alongside the contestants and crack a few jokes along the way. My job isn't to teach anyone how to survive, Shelton clarified. It's to be there to watch these incredible people do things I could never do, and maybe throw in some comic relief when the moment calls for it. From country music to reality TV, while Blake Shelton has dipped his toes into many ventures, from music to television to his growing family life with wife Gwen Stefani, Into the Wild represents a distinct departure from his usual projects. Shelton's involvement as an executive producer is a testament to his increasing influence behind the scenes in television. His years on The Voice gave him valuable experience in the production side of reality TV, and he's now leveraging that expertise in this new venture. But as Shelton himself acknowledged, this is a leap into the unknown. "I'm not going to sit here and act like I have a clue what I'm doing," he said in a recent press conference. "But hey, isn't that half the fun? If you always do the things you're comfortable with, life gets boring." It's a sentiment that reflects Shelton's career trajectory as a whole. Though he's a country music superstar, he's never limited himself to just one path. His willingness to try new things, whether that's starring in a Christmas special, stepping into the world of reality television, or now venturing into wilderness survival, has kept fans intrigued by what he'll do next. A new challenge for the everyman star. Part of Shelton's charm has always been his relatability. He's a larger-than-life personality with a down-to-earth approach to life. The kind of guy who could headline a sold-out arena one night and be back on his ranch the next morning, fishing or working the land. That same relatability is likely to come through in his new role on Into the Wild. "I'm the guy who's going to be asking all the dumb questions," Shelton admitted. Like, how do you make drinking water out of tree bark? Or, why would anyone want to eat bugs? That's my role, to be the guy who has no idea what's going on, but is excited to be there anyway. As Shelton embarks on this latest adventure, fans are eager to see how he navigates a world where he's admittedly out of his element. And while he may not know much about wilderness survival, what he does know is how to entertain an audience, something that will undoubtedly serve him well in this new chapter. "I may not know *T about survival," Shelton quipped, "but I do know one thing. I'm going to have a hell of a good time figuring it out." And with his humor, humility, and genuine curiosity, there's little doubt the viewers will be right there with him, ready to see how Blake Shelton handles life into the wild. But as Shelton himself acknowledged, this is a leap into the unknown. "I'm not going to sit here and act like I have a clue what I'm doing," he said in a recent press conference. "But hey, isn't that half the fun? If you always do the things you're comfortable with, life gets boring." It's a sentiment that reflects Shelton's career trajectory as a whole. Though he's a country music superstar, he's never limited himself to just one path. His willingness to try new things, whether that's starring in a Christmas special, stepping into the world of reality television, or now venturing into wilderness survival, has kept fans intrigued by what he'll do next. Venturing into wilderness survival has kept fans intrigued by what he'll do next.